as girls themselves.
We have seen a vast improvement on the number of girls who access this school. And right now, if you look at the statistics in this school, we have 1,371 girls compared to 1,120 boys. So there are more girls than boys in this school. And that goes in all the classes.
It is paying off. It is wonderful. For example, in the junior secondary school, which we call upper basic, we have more girls than boys, fortunately now. So I would say it's yielding dividends because more and more girls are coming to school, and they're not only coming to school, they're also being supported to stay in school with the what we call PEGEP, the President's Empowerment for Girls Education Project, and also other schemes that support girls' education. And I think this is really helping girls to stay on in school. When I first came to St. Peter's some 8 years ago, the number of girls in the school was very, very low. But now we have so many girls, as you can see if you walk around the school. We have so many girls in the junior secondary school, as I said. They're even more than the boys in the junior upper basic. And practically when I'm here as a student and now as principal, when I started as principal, we had very few girls in the senior secondary section of the school, but now we have loads of them around. So this is, for me, this is good. There's a boom in girls' attendance in school these days. So we're very happy with this.
When I took over this school in 2005, we had about 549 girls in the school, 549. And the trend has increased in 2006, 2007. It has increased to 882. All right, almost a difference of almost about 300 and something students. That's a marked improvement. Now, if you go to 2007, 2008, from 882, it went up to 1,122, which is almost 50-50% with boys. And then if you go to, let's say, 2009, 2010, just a summer, it also rose to 1,277 altogether. All right? Now, 2010, last academic year, to date, we've got a recorded number of 1,236 girls.
Even those regions in the upcountries notorious for having extremely fewer girls in school are now fast improving in the enrollment of girls.
I think presently we can say that there is improvement in the enrollment of girls in Armitage Secondary School. If I could remember, during our time, then boys outnumbered girls. But then currently, if you look at it, still it's the same, but then the disparity is almost reduced. Because currently, as I am speaking to you now, we have about 358 girls in the school, and then compared to 604 boys in the school. So there, it means that the number is increasing. But then previously, it was very much small compared to the boys. Then let's say if the boys are, let's say, around 200, girls will be somewhere around 50. But then as at now, you can see that at least it has at least passed half of the number of boys that we have. So it means that it is definitely improving.
You must have been in the education system. So, in your opinion, what must have been responsible for this increase, particularly in the area of, in the rural areas where parents at home normally don't prefer sending their girl children to school. So, what do you think, in your opinion, must have been responsible for this increase in the enrollment of girls in school?
Yeah, I think we have to thank the government for providing free education for girls. That is playing a greater role for the increase in the enrollment of girls in the school. You may realize that then, if a parent is having 2 children going to school, a male and a female, and then school fees becomes a problem, normally the boy is considered, a girl is taken out and then sent for marriage. But then as at now, there is no parent thinking of paying school fees for a girl child. So based on that, there is no problem with that, so therefore girls are definitely going to school. The package also contains learning materials as well. So those learning materials, instead of parents having difficulties in getting some of those learning materials, the package is providing that for them. So obviously, they get their textbooks that they are supposed to have, and then the school fees also is not a problem for them. At least it helps them much, at least to do well, so that they can still continue with their education. So with that, I think that has played a greater role in trying to make sure that these girls are going to school.
We've seen some positive, improvement, since the introduction of the Girls Education Trust Fund. Enrollment has actually increased compared to before. And then in terms of performance, girls are really appreciating the scholarship trust fund by, taking their studies very serious and then improving on performance. Yes.
Okay. Did you have any statistical evidence to support that maybe girls are definitely, the enrollment of girls really is increasing?
Yes, there are evidence. If you compare, the role of girls in the school before and then as of today, definitely you will agree with me that it has improved.
So apart from the scholarship trust fund that has been put in place by government, so does the school also make any kind of effort to boost that momentum?
Yes, the school does, because, what we do at school level is, invite sometimes parents, talk to them about the trust fund, its importance, and then, encourage them to send in their girls' children to come to school since it is free, in school for them. And more especially those that come in, we support them, we encourage them. Especially those that are very much hardworking, we make them role models, so that they are admired by others, and that has also, seriously contributed towards the, girls' enrollment in schools.
If you observe the situation on the ground, when we want to analyze the whole situation, we will have to look at it from 2005-2006 academic year to date. If you observe the situation, you will find out that in 2005, we had more boys, 2006 more boys, 2007 more boys, then 2008 also more boys. But from 2009, 2010, 2011, you will realize that the number of girls enrollment in the school has far bypassed that of the boys.